Hey there, welcome to the Legion of Super Stuff YouTube page where I'm going to dive into everything in the superhero multiverse. There's going to be rankings, reactions, unboxings, you name it, all sorts of stuff. And to kick it all off, I'm going to rank the worst haircuts in superhero history. All right, this is going to be fun. I will say this was very difficult to narrow down, mostly because the 80s and 90s were just so bad as far as hairstyles go. And I'm not just talking in comic books. I mean, it was bad. I mean, seriously, bad. Let's start with the honorable mentions for this episode. Honorable mentions. Not Storm, okay? I'm not putting Storm in this. To look into all these haircuts, I looked at other people's rankings, and a lot of people had Storm on it, and a lot of people were pointing to her mohawk. Are you serious? This is awesome, okay? This is an anti-honorable mention. Storm shouldn't be on any of these lists. It's just badass. All right, the first actual honorable mention is Norman Osborn. I just don't understand what's happening with his hair or head. This is just a weird style. And it's not a great look. I'm sorry if you're out there and this is an actual thing and you look like that. I apologize. You own it. Make it cool. Just call it the Harry Osborn. You know, at least you look like a comic book character. That's cool. All right, next up, Starfire. How does this even work? Her hair's just everywhere. It just goes on forever. It's insane. I don't understand it. It's baffling. Next up, Magpie from the Batman comics. This is a lot. Seems like it would be distracting and require a lot of time to get together. Again, Storms was cool. This, not cool. It's too much. All right. Next up, we got Shatterstar. I'm not sure if Shatterstar knows why he even did this. Like, I get he's from the future, but is this a future we want to be a part of? Like, I don't. If everybody's got haircuts like this, I'm out, okay? Coming up next, Namor. Do ocean people have hair at the base of their forehead? It's like a whole Eddie Munster thing. Not to date myself, but I'm giving a Munster reference. But it's just odd. It's just so perfectly triangular half the time. All right, moving on. And believe me, there were many, many more. Again, this is very difficult. I saw a lot of weird stuff out there. But let's start our top 10. At number 10, and a lot of you might come at me for saying this, but here it is. Wolverine at number 10. Look, we all love Wolverine. I've already seen the Deadpool and Wolverine film 3 times. Love it. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Love Wolverine. But if I wore this hairstyle, you would make fun of me, okay? Relentlessly make fun of me. It's just objectively not a great haircut. It's a crazy person's haircut. Like, seriously, if you're angry with me right now over this, ask yourself if you would get the Wolverine haircut. If you think it's so cool, do it now and send a pic, you know? Let me see it. All right, at number 9, we actually have a 6-way tie. That's right, 6-way tie. This is from the 80s and 90s when mullet reigned supreme in many comic books. We have Tony Stark bringing in his best mullet. Next up, we got Starman. I actually subscribed to this version of the comic as a kid, starting at number 1. I was really into this comic. And Starman actually kind of has a Patrick Swayze, Dalton from Roadhouse vibe. It's crazy. I loved this comic as a kid, but man, it's not the best look. We also have Longshot sporting a mullet. Captain Planet, of course. I'll throw him in there. Nightwing with a pretty crazy mullet. And let's not forget the Invisible Woman sporting her mullet. At what point was the mullet actually cool, or was it? Like did we laugh at it back then? Like, I remember Jose Canseco, I think, had one. I think some kids thought that was cool, but still confused by all this. Anyway, 6-way tie for number 9. There you have it. At number 8, we have Quicksilver, who here is sporting a Mayor of Whoville kind of look, or like something from Something About Mary with the hair gel kind of look. Is this supposed to highlight that he's fat somehow? Like, is that what this is doing? I just don't understand the haircut. trying to give the creator a chance here with the whole, like, maybe it's about him being so quick that his hair is spoofed out like that. It's weird. All right, at number 7, I'm putting him in. We got He-Man, who is sporting a very phallic Davy Jones from the Monkees look. Is this British invasion here, or like, should he be playing a flute for some reason? Doesn't look great. It's so weird that as a kid I idolized this figure with such a terrible haircut. At number 6, we got Strong Guy from X Factor. Not a whole lot to say here because I don't think I have to say much. But just why? It was a bold choice to just have that tuft of hair. Like, did he shave the rest? And he just left that? Or is he just somehow bald everywhere but there? Like, how does that work? It's such a bizarre look paired with those weird glasses. At number 5, we have Clea. I kind of hope that if Charlize Theron reprises this character in the MCU, the first scene is of her getting her hair done like this. That would be awesome. What is even going on here? How do you have the time to do this when you're supposed to be fighting evil? Like, it must be sorcery. There's no other way to explain it. Like, she just casts a spell or gets Doctor Strange to cast a spell and this appears this way. At number 4, we got Doc Ock. That's right. God, Dr. Octopus, even as a kid this bothered me. He looks like someone's grandmother from the South in 1982. Like my grandma, I think, had this look for a second. You don't want a haircut like this and be a nemesis to Spider-Man. Spider-Man is notoriously witty. He's gonna roast you. How is anyone gonna take your evil plot seriously ever? Can you imagine him taking over a world broadcast and demanding anything while saying it with this haircut and a straight face? People would laugh right in his face. You'd just be like, oh, this weirdo. No, not listening. I am zoning out. Everybody would be just laughing through the whole broadcast. No, he wouldn't get any of his message across. All right, at number 3, and I've brought this up before on the Instagram page, Guy Gardner. Even as a child, I thought this was dumb. Was this to make him more unlikable? Because he's kind of a, gritty, unlikable character? I had a pilot once that had a Guy Gardner bowl cut, and I actually thought about getting off the plane. Like, I was boarding, I saw the pilot walk into the cockpit, he had a Guy Gardner haircut, and I just thought to myself, I don't think we're going to make it. I should get off this plane. That's how much I hate this haircut. It's a weird look. All that said, I am excited that James Gunn is using it in the new DCU. Like, there are pictures of Guy Gardner on set. Nathan Fillion playing Guy Gardner in this haircut, and it's awesome that they're staying true to that. I love it. It had to have sucked for Nathan Fillion during filming to just keep this haircut. I wonder if James Gunn was like, hey, we might do reshoots, so you're gonna have to keep that haircut for maybe another 3 or 4 months while we sift through in the editing room just to mess with him and make him keep sporting this haircut. I did read that the haircut was because Guy Gardner, as a kid, looked up to this comic book superhero that had this haircut. But even then, come on. It's a bad look. At number 2, we got Jericho from the Teen Titans. What a weird Hobbit or Civil War reject look. I don't know which way this is going. It could be a Hobbit during the Civil War. I don't get it. I don't understand why they went in this direction for this character. This is another character where, as a child, I was like, I'm out. I loved the Teen Titans as a kid. I loved Cyborg. He was one of my favorite characters. But Jericho, I could just never take them seriously anytime I saw him. So we had Starfire in an honorable mention, and now Jericho. What is up with that group's hair? And it's not just Jericho's hair. It's his name. Like, how is that appealing to younger audiences? Like, Jericho? How are you selling me on, oh, here it comes, Super Jericho? What? His outfit? All of it. And again, I liked Teen Titans as a kid, but Jericho almost took me out of it, for real. All right, at number 1, and this is another one where you guys might be upset with me because he's so beloved, and I love him, okay? He will always be my Hulk, but here it is, Lou Ferrigno. No, just no. It's like a Chia Pet gone wrong. I mean, like, it's just so obviously fake on top of that. It's just such a weird look. Kind of like in some instances looks like a little koosh ball, if you remember koosh balls as a kid. Just a bad wig. And I feel bad for Ferrigno because he killed it as Hulk. But that hair, man, can't you just dishevel his hair and put some green dye in it or something? Come on. All right, that's it for the top 10 worst haircuts in superhero history. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought of the rankings in the comments, or if there's anyone I left off that I wasn't thinking about. Again, I did go through a lot of characters. There's a number that I didn't name that could be on this list, but I'm sure there are plenty I wasn't thinking of. But let me hear it. And subscribe, tell a friend. Thanks for supporting. And go to the Instagram page for lots of fun stuff as well. All right, thanks guys. See you soon.